Good morning, amazing people. How are we? Happy Tuesday. Type chat, check your fundability. Today I want to talk about credibility, right? Fundability. Yeah, and I want you to share this live out with 5 people. But today I just pretty much want to go over credibility. Credibility means fundability. So credibility is the thing that bankers and lenders look at. What was that? Okay, first and foremost, what does the word credibility mean? It means truthful and believable. When you look at your business and you're going to fill out a credit application, when someone takes a look at your business, is it truthful and believable what you've placed on that application? That's the question. If you're going in and you're going after no documentation funding, we like to inflate the numbers. I highly recommend you be cautious with that, because anything, if you're applying for something on the personal side that's over $110,000, will automatically kick you into underwriting. Okay. So truthful and believable. We have to understand basic underwriting rules and understanding of that, right? If we don't, that's when we go up under full financial review, right? So we'll put some things on there that just doesn't make sense. So we'll say that we make $200,000, $300,000, and then they go to check that on your personal credit profile, and you're not living the life of someone with that income. You don't have a car, you've never owned a home. All of those are red flags. So understand what you're putting on the application and what your projected outcome is. First and foremost, before we even get started, it's basic things that you should take, right? Your name, the name of the business. A lot of people, it's a little shocking, but I understand it. A lot of people are so disconnected from the fact that you could be named in a risky industry. A lot of you are like, hey, I do media, or I do trucking, and I do these things, and I'm just going to go for funding. You don't really do any due diligence at all. Just do a little due diligence. If you want to see if the business that you have in the industry that you're in and your SIC code, if it's landing you in a risky industry, Google SIC codes, risky SIC codes for business credit. A couple of sites will pop up. If you're a common, industry like trucking, anything in the financial industry, credit repair, of course, don't you ever say you have anything to do with credit repair. It's curtains. Merchant accounts will get shut down, everything. Trucking, it is a risky industry. Trucking is risky. Real estate, it's risky. Entertainment, you're an actress, it's risky, right? That's not steady income, right? It's not. Pay attention to, like, if you are in a risky industry, pay attention to that. Like, the banks have been around for a long time. They didn't just place these industries on a risky industry list for no reason. There's a history of those industries and companies that we are hopping into not being successful. And it's true. Real estate is risky. All right. And I was highly educated, and I almost landed myself homeless. So one bad move in real estate could be very bad for you. Trucking. I just took on a mentee yesterday, and he was telling me, like, hey, I'm a civil engineer by trade, and I went into trucking. And he was like, man, this isn't it. I'm trying to find an entirely different new industry. I'm like, yeah, you should. I've been around for a long time, and I haven't met not one person that said trucking is great. For some reason, when you're disconnected from what is happening in the industry, and you're a solopreneur, and you're not in groups, and you're not a part of mentorships, you can't stay close to the campfire. So of course you're making rookie mistakes, like I did. Like, I was pretty much a solopreneur, so I was doing what I thought was right. I wasn't even on the internet. Go figure. So at least a lot of you are running across people like me giving you information. When I was doing my short-term rental business, I was not on the internet. My toes was somewhere in sand. I was traveling, I was doing business offline. All right. So definitely the first thing you want to check is your business name, how it's named, and how it's categorized. You can check this by going to the Secretary of State and looking at type of business. A lot of you have forgotten what you've categorized your business as. So go to the Secretary of State's website, do a search for your business, and then you'll see business type. But if you're someone that's setting up an LLC or C Corp or an S Corp for the first time, check with your tax professional. Make it a habit of categorizing your company as any legal purpose. That way it gives you time to kind of like set it up properly, and then you can kind of figure out, what am I going to do with this business? Because a lot of the times we just abruptly go and create LLCs because we're so sure we're going into trucking, and only to find out that it fell through. Now we have a corporation set up at the Secretary of State categorized as trucking, but we're not even going into that industry. You know, you want to provide flexibility for yourself, and you want to find yourself a community. All right. So once you set that up, of course, repetition is king. You want to make sure you have a professional name. Naming is something that looks pleasing. My first business was Aquila Couture. I can't go in there, Miss Cash Flows LLC. They're like, Miss Cash Flows? Like, what does that mean? What is that? You want to look professional, something that the underwriters are used to seeing that matches someone that's credible and believable on the application, that said that their business is bringing in $220,000 a year, that their companies are named an acronym, AKS Incorporation, or AKS Solutions, or SKS Ventures, right? That's it. Do not be creative. You look unsophisticated. Who with any business acumen is going to put their first name in their business? I did. Aquila Couture. So they're like, she really doesn't know what's going on here. Let's see. Does this person really make $200,000 a year? You know what? Show me your financials from the past 2 years. Matter of fact, send us some P&Ls. You know, we want to just confirm and make sure. Because if anything comes across that underwriter's desk and it makes them feel uncomfortable, you will go up under underwriting, even for non-documentation products. Here's something I want to share with you, and I'm excited to share it with you. So when I get on here and I tell you that setting up, cleaning your credit, okay, cool. Any and everything that's on your credit report can and be removed. We're getting things off fast, type chat or DM me and set up a call. Like, let's clear that stuff off. Like, we ain't playing games over here, okay? But anyways, when you clean it up and now you need to build it up, because that's another thing. So when you're in this process and you find yourself needing credit restoration and you clean everything up, and then you're coming across people telling you, oh, you could get a 700 credit score in 6 months. Go ahead and get Red Spectrum, Credit Strong, Rent Reporters, you know, and all these credit builder accounts. Those are consumer credit accounts. And then go ahead, and I sell trade lines. So I'm going to go ahead and add some trade lines and get you some history, some authorized credit cards on your account, you know, but you yourself does not have any credit cards. Do you know I was talking to a potential business partner yesterday, and we're going to go on business. I'm pretty sure of it. And he was telling me he used to work for a mortgage company, and that underwriters literally have a software where your account comes across their report and they delete all of those consumer accounts and those authorized accounts, and then they reorganize it for the real credit rating. Did you know that? That's why you're getting denied. I said, I knew it. I didn't know technically. That's great. I didn't know they had that type of software. Now I'm putting you on notice. All right. If you want to get real funding from a real bank, you have to do it in the correct fashion. Maybe you take a look at your credit report today. All right. Type chat. Let's check your fundability. All right. Let's take a look. What's on there? Does it need cleaning? Does it need building up? Does it need optimizing, meaning what you already have, like your credit limits and all those other things? And does your credit optimizing making better? Does your credit limits need to be increased? And then we go ahead and decrease your inquiries, and then we reduce your credit utilization. Let's optimize and make what we have better. All right. Or do we need to rebuild? Okay, let's rebuild in the correct fashion with high credit card limits and not low credit card limits. Then let's go ahead and make ourselves credible. Professional name, I just went through that thoroughly. A fundable, bankable industry, right? You check that at the Secretary of State and Duns and Bradstreet. Update it if you need to, all right? A professional email address, your info, your company name.com, right? Not Hotmail, Gmail, anything like that. A website, all right? Your website doesn't need to be built out by a professional. We just need a web presence. Because if you think about it, anyone who's doing business in real life, they have an online presence. So don't go putting on your application, I make $220,000 a year in my business because I'm thinking I'm going for some non-documentation funding, and then there's no website and you have no banking account. They pull that report. So how are you making this type of money? And you're telling me you made this type of money over the past 2 years, but you just opened up your bank account 60 days ago. Denied, or you need to show us proof. Because they don't even consider you being in business until the date the bank account opened. Think about it. That makes sense. How are you collecting this $220,000? How are you collecting it? Right? Okay. I'll say this and leave it with you again. Those red spectrums, all those consumer accounts and authorized lines, they have software to delete that right off your report and recalculate the report with the real credit score. So don't think you're slick. That's why you're being denied. And the people who are being denied with 700 credit scores, and I'm like, well, what's going on? I pull up their report. Yes, the consumer accounts will boost your credit score. Yes, but that's not going to result in real funding from a real bank. Underwriting 101. Anything that you're asking for, they are going to look to your credit report to check to see if you have a history of handling that type of debt. Example, if I go in and I'm trying to get a $50,000 Benz, Mercedes Benz, right? They're going to look at my credit report. Okay, does Tammy have a car that she paid for at least 9 months at $25,000 price tag? If the answer to that is no, no. Okay? Okay, I want a $25,000 credit card. Okay, do you have this on the business side? Say you're going for a $25,000 business credit card. Okay, does she have at least credit limits of at least $8,000 to $10,000 on average on her report? Can she handle this type of debt over a period of time? If the answer is no, denied. Okay, I want a personal loan to take care of my high credit card utilization. Okay, I want $50,000. Is there a history of at least $25,000 loan, installment loan of any type on the report? If the answer to that is no, your approval will also be no. All right, I hope this helps someone on this Tuesday, right? So be credible, understand what you're writing. The banks are not ignorant, but there are ways to create a fundable, bankable company, credible business. All you need to do is type the word chat, answer the questions, hop on a call with my team, and let's get funded. Be amazing, be great, guys.